This indicator predicts the exact future of the chart, and it's amazing.
Yo, I want to talk about my favorite day trading indicator. I use it.
The strategy I'm about to show you is one of the highest win rate strategies you can possibly do in trading.
Here is a list of my 15 favorite indicators that actually...
The super trend indicator,
which is the Pine Trades market beacon, which includes these super profitable buy and sell signals, as you can see even by...
How's everybody doing? Welcome back to another video. Right, today, plain and simple, we're going to be going over the best indicator to use in my absolute favorite indicator that I use day in and day out, and pretty much the only indicator I use. Obviously, with the trading world we live in now, people think indicators move the market or, are able to predict the market. Right, or even just tell you when to buy or when to sell. I mean, that shit is simply not true. Obviously, you can create an indicator with the trading strategy, and right, if you're actually a good trader, and I've seen like bots and whatnot, but even at a certain point, it's not even an indicator. Some of them are bots, but really, that's not the main point. The main point is to go over why my indicator works for the style that I trade. Obviously, the indicator does nothing for me clicking the buy or sell button. It does nothing for, pushing that trade in the direction that I want it to go. The only thing that's going to make the trade go the way that I want it to go is, the narrative that I have behind the trade. And, obviously, if order flows on my side, if we've ran, a high or low, do we have an SMT, all the small things that I go over in every single one of the videos. A big key point today, is using the indicator. What are we aiming for? Okay, I have a couple notes listed for y'all, so let's go ahead and go over them. Obviously, with the small example in front of us, we're going to be using our previous day high / low as a draw on liquidity. We're always going to be keeping in mind where our true open is, where our previous day equilibrium is, and if it's aligned with a high time frame key PDA, or even like an hourly or maybe a 15-minute PDA, or do we have obvious highs or lows near the previous day equilibrium. Also, we can click up to a weekly or monthly chart and take a look at our previous week to previous month highs and lows, as well as you can't see them right now, but we'll hit replay and go to the previous day. As well as we can see, with this dashed line, our Asia highs and our Asia lows. As you can see, you can use that as a target, in London session or AM session, as well as your previous day high, previous day low. As always, we want to make sure before placing a trade to see if we have an SMT with a time-based liquidity level. Why does this indicator pair so well with turtle soup? Obviously, the market moves to attack liquidity and imbalances. At this Asia high, not for today, but most days, say we sweep London low and Asia low, into say this obvious low down here. We sweep the lows, and we start to form a reversal. Where are we most likely going to attack? The opposite end of the range, and or opposing liquidity levels. We have pretty much two relative equal highs here. And why do I not see this as a turtle soup? We didn't aggressively expand higher into a key PDA, and then respond lower. Almost pretty much with a breaker pattern, but using the breaker pattern, with a brain and using a narrative, not just, oh, high, low, 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 we're not pattern traders. We use our brain, we use a narrative. Every trade that we, place, we have a reasoning, for why it's going to either continue in the direction we want it to, or reasoning for why it's going to reverse. This indicator simply pairs perfect with turtle soup. Same thing with right, sweeping previous day low and maybe having an SMT at previous day low, right, we can shoot to a great example here, right, with, it was either this long or this small CRT, right, into the Model 2, right, high time frame fair value gap soup. Right, as well as sweeping this time-based liquidity here, right? I know for a fact we had an SMT with YM, right? We swept a previous day low, right? As well as all of our Asian session and London session liquidity, as well as having an SMT, right? Coming deeper just to tap one more time into this 4-hour order block. Right, order flow was bullish. So where does the long wick get filled to and through? Right, we filled it all the way to and through the long wick. Obviously, as most of these videos point out that you saw at the beginning, these indicators, right, lead you into a false, I can't think of a good word right now, but just a false illusionment, or you know what I'm trying to say. Gives you a false hope that, right, the indicator is actually real and moves the market, and right, will end up with giving you a high win rate. And that's simply not true, just because an indicator, right, is not going to move the market for you. And as well as, you know, most of these people giving you these indicators are doing what you're doing right now, clicking around on YouTube looking for an indicator that's going to, you know, just break them into profitability. And that's simply not going to happen. No indicator you will ever have will, right, fix your problem with profitability. Because as soon as you learn to actually long and short with an indicator that supposedly has a 100% win rate, then you're going to know, you know, then you're not going to know when to TP, like say the indicator doesn't say to short, you know, and say you're longing and it just never says to short, right? What if your indicator doesn't work? Or, you know, what if you get nervous holding a certain amount of money, right? There's problems that, you know, always can be fixed. So, you know, using an indicator to fix problems is just, you know, a way of cheating yourself. And whether it's the gym, trading, or real life, if you want to cheat yourself, you're never going to achieve the, you know, results that you want. I'm just going to hop into one more trade example, and, you know, we're going to end this video off here, right? Even just with the time-based liquidity, that's sauce, right? I'm not going to try and put small hidden gems in every video, but, you know, a lot of people don't even know what time-based liquidity is. So that's your freebie for the video, right? Do some research on time-based liquidity, because every time I bring it up, people have no clue what it is, and it's really kind of amazing that not a lot of people know what time-based liquidity is. But yeah, let's go ahead and hop in this one other trade. Coming in, I think this was back in February or whatnot. I like kind of showing older clips in here. Not really to show that I was trading back then, but I don't know, it's just fun seeing a couple throwbacks and kind of going over why we took them. As you can see, we kind of took a dip under midnight open after, pretty sure we had a SMT at a previous day high into a FEG, and if not, it was, right, we had swept previous day high and SMT'd into the FEG, right, with that being a high time frame fair value gap. And most likely with it zooming out, looking at that structure, it was probably the latter of the two. As you can see, we took a dip under midnight open into a higher time frame fair value gap, warranting at least a retrace to this high. With using midnight open, you can use the narrative that, hey, right, we took a couple shorts, and as you can see to the left there, took a couple shorts. Obviously, it's going to retrace here now, right? We can position ourselves after the stop raid and go ahead and target the internal side of liquidity. A lot of trades like this are free, but I've kind of stopped taking some like this just because the RR is not as good if, you know, say you get stopped out on the soup and have to enter again. And as you can see, that's what happened here, right? You know, I got stopped once and entered one more time. And right, my stop, you know, my losses are always 20 to 30 ticks so that I can aim for at least a 5R. You can see that we're getting close to 100 ticks here on the trade, and we're not quite at the sell limit. So, you know, probably going to be over a 5R on this trade. And simply, right, if I take one loss and then win one with a 5R, I simply do not care. In any terms, I really don't care about the losses. Just because I know, right, those losses simply aren't going to matter long term at all. But yeah, with TP about to hit here, right, I want to, thank everybody for tuning into the videos, watching all the videos, and just showing support. I'm going to continue to bank, continue to grow, and just do our thing. Y'all have a great one.